Shalom, shalom, mishpacha. Welcome to another edition of Ray Bash's Ramblings. Today I'm going to be talking about the days of the Omer from day 22 to day 36. Going to be discussing the themes of the week and the themes of the day, plus the traditional reading from the Psalms. We're starting at day 22. Day 22 is week 4, which the theme of that week is Nitzach, which is victory, and the theme of the day is Chesed, loving kindness. So the theme altogether is the loving kindness of his victory. And the traditional psalm that is read is Psalm 119, verses 169 to 176. Day 22, we're still in the 4th week, Nitzach, victory, and day 23 is Gevurah, severity and strength. So the theme for the day is the severity and strength of his victory. And the psalm to be read is Psalm 1, verses 1 through 6. Day 24, still week 4, Nitzach, victory. Day 24, Tifrit, beauty. The overall theme is the beauty of his victory, and the psalm to read is Psalm 11, 1 through 7. Day 25, the weekly theme is victory, Nitzach, and the daily theme is Nitzach, victory. Go figure. So the overall theme is the supreme and total victory of his victory. The psalm to read is Psalm 15, 1 through 5. Day 26, which is still in week 4, Nitzach, victory. The theme of the day is Hod, glory. So the overall theme is the glory of his victory. And the psalm to read is Psalm 19, 7 through 14. Day 27, still in week 4 of Nitzach, victory, the week of victory. The theme for the day is Yesod, which is intimacy or foundation. So it's the intimacy of his victory. And the psalm to read is Psalm 25, verses 4 through 10. Day 28, the weekly theme is victory, Nitzach, and the theme for the day is Malchut, majesty. So the theme is the majesty of his victory. And the psalm that you ought to read on that day is Psalm 63, 1 through 8. Now we're moving into the 5th week, a new week, and the week is Hod, glory, the week of glory. The day is day 29, and the theme for that day is Chesed, loving kindness. So the altogether theme is the loving kindness of his glory. The psalm to read is Psalm 67, 1 through 7. Day 30, Hod, glory. The theme for the day is Gevurah, severity and strength. So it's the severity and strength of his glory. The psalm to read is Psalm 78, verses 1 through 16. Also read the chapter 16 of the book of Exodus, because that particular day commemorates an event that took place in the wilderness of Sin during the wanderings of the children of Israel. Also, you might also want to read Hebrews chapter 11, verse 16. Day 31, still week 5. It's the week of glory. Hod. The daily theme is Tifrit, beauty. So it's the beauty of his glory. We're continuing with Psalm 78 for that day, but we're reading verses 17 through 31. Day 32, weekly theme, Hod, glory. Theme of the day, Nitzach, victory. The victory of his glory. And we're still in the same psalm, because it's a pretty lengthy psalm, Psalm 78, verses 32 through 39. This day is also the day called Lag BaOmer, and it's a rabbinic tradition, a minor holiday, and a lot of Jewish people get their haircuts on that day. And they also play games with bows and arrows, because if you Google a story about Lag BaOmer, messages were sent by bow and arrow with Torah lessons and things to some Talmudim that were hiding in caves. So day 33, and so the theme for the day and the week is the same. It's Hod, glory, so it's the glory of his glory. We continue with Psalm 78 and read verses 40 through 55. Day 34, still in week 5, it's Hod, glory. The day theme is Yesod, intimacy. So it's the intimacy of his glory. Now I'd like to stop right here and kind of drosh a little bit about this particular one, because it touched me so much. The psalm to read is Psalm 78, verses 56 through 72, and it's also commemorating the event at Rephidim, where Moshe got water from the rock. It's Exodus 17, verses 1 through 7, and also read John 4:10 and 1 Corinthians 10:4. Now, the intimacy of his glory. I feel that the glory of Yahweh was very intimate when water came from the rock. Israel was in a desperate situation. They were in a place where there was no streams, there was no water, and they needed water desperately to survive. Water is the key element to survival in any situation. You can go without food for 40 days, but you can't go without water for very long. It's essential to life, especially in the desert, to where your body, the sun takes out so much water, and you get dehydrated very quickly. And so Yahweh instructed Moshe to tap the rock, and water came out for all the Israelites to drink. And it showed his glory because it showed his power, and it showed his intimacy because it showed how much he cared for even the most basic of human mortal needs. And Yahweh is a spirit. He doesn't have a body. He doesn't have physical needs, but his creations that are made in his image, in the image of his internal constitution, do have bodies and do need to sustain these bodies, or they'll die. And we fast forward to the Brit Chadasha and the book of Yochanan, chapter 4. We see Yeshua is at the well. Now, this woman, this hussy, if you will, a woman of ill repute, a woman who had a bad reputation of hopping from one man to the next and living with multiple men. She had a reputation in her community. Not only that, but she was a half-breed. She was a Samaritan, so she was only half Jewish. So Yeshua was sitting here by the well while his Talmudim are going off getting something to eat, I believe. And this woman comes in the middle of the day to draw water. And she has to do so because if she came at the normal time where the women came to draw water, the women would harass her and tease her and give her such a hard time, and men might even come and take advantage of her. So she had to come at this the hottest part of the day to draw water. And Yeshua said, "Give me something to drink." And this shocked her and surprised her because back in Yeshua's time, dialogue between the opposite sex was considered an intimate act. Of course, there was nothing sexual going on in dialoguing of this nature, but it was considered a very intimate thing. Men only initiated conversation with the opposite sex if it was his wife or a close female relative, such as a sister. Other than that, they stayed with the same sex as regarding their conversations. Men talk to men, women talk to women, and never the twain shall meet unless it's a close relative. So Yeshua was a rabbi, and his reputation was at stake for talking to this well-known hussy. And it took this woman off guard, saying, well, why, maybe she thought that Yeshua wanted something more than conversation if he addressed her. And she's like, oh, why are you talking to me? We're not even the same faith per se. But Yeshua broke the boundaries, the social and cultural boundaries of that time, so to speak, to show his glory in an intimate way to this woman. Now, Moshe tapped the rock and water came forth from the rock. In the Brit Chadasha, who is called the rock? The rock is Yeshua. Yeshua is the rock. And he said to this woman that if you drink water from me, that living waters will come forth out of you. Because I contain these living waters. I am these living waters. So it's a very, very interesting thing. And then 1 Corinthians 10:4 talks about how Yeshua is the rock, that he was the rock in the desert that Moshe struck and water came out of. Now, so that's day 34. Day 35, the weekly theme is Hod, glory. The theme of the day is Malchut, majesty. So it's the majesty of his glory. And the psalm that is read is Psalm 93, verses 1 through 5. And lastly, last but not least, we go to a new weekly theme. This is week 6. And the theme for the week is Yesod, intimacy. The theme for the day 36, is Chesed, loving kindness. So it's the loving kindness of his intimacy. And the psalm to read for that day is Psalm 94, 12 through 23. So hope you enjoyed it. Tune in again next time, and hopefully we may cover more, or maybe even all of the rest of the days of the Omer. So Shalom and Shavuot Tov Mishpocha.